Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to talk about a different take on the trade of Tyrell Crosby, or the proposed trade of Tyrell Crosby. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a bunch of stuff about minicamp. It should be very, very exciting and a good show. But first of all, I want to bring in one of my co-hosts, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, baby. And as always, join the family. Subscribe to the channel. We don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We got family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. But first, let me take it to the third man of the team right down below. Who?
Mike Jones. Who? Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
There you go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to buy the kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. All right, good people. It's time to talk about the trade, or the rumors of a trade for one Tyrell Crosby. Jim, what you got?
I got a different take on this trade Crosby thing. I wonder if it's Tyrell Crosby that wants out, and the management is smart enough to know they just replaced him with Sewell. He's not going to be starting anytime soon. This is the last year of his rookie contract. He was drafted 5th overall. And so fifth round.
Right.
Yeah, if he was drafted 5th overall, we'd have some problems right now.
Right.
But no, I think that they see the writing on the wall for him, and other teams who have a lot worse offensive line than we do could be in the market for Tyrell Crosby. I think he garners a 4th or 5th round pick in this situation, but are they going to let him walk for nothing? You know, when it comes up to him being a free agent, some people are going to pay for him. Some people are going to pay good money for him. Are we going to want to pay that good money for him and let him walk out the door with nothing? No.
I don't know. I mean, do you let him walk out the door and get a comp pick for him? Because he got drafted in the 5th round. So,
yeah,
you know, it's
true
possible.
Too. But could you get more? Could you get an earlier pick rather than that comp pick or player?
You could get a pick or a player. Depends on what the team needs are. Now, with your take, it's not just once though. I just thought about what you said. You know, drafting Penei Sewell. They did it twice because they brought in Big V.
They brought in Big V.
So they brought in Big V, and they brought in Penei Sewell. So they brought in the Polynesian powers to take over his spot, and the guy didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where drafting in the 5th round, you're drafting in the 5th round, you're, especially as an offensive lineman, is that a depth draft? Maybe, but you have the potential to start at that high of a draft, high of a draft pick at any position.
Sewell's
that mid.
Start.
So Sewell's going to start just because he's Sewell.
And that's the thing with Crosby. Do you want to get paid as a backup, or do you want to get paid as a starter? Because there's a big difference.
Is he starter material though?
On another team, I think so.
I mean, he might be, but Crosby is also a guard. He's a swing. He's a guard and tackle. So, him competing for that backup spot, is crucial. Especially if you come in and you lose your spot to 2 rookies, because he can play guard and tackle, right? So last year he lost his spot to, let's say, Jonah Jackson, right? He lost that guard spot. This year you lose your spot to Penei Sewell. What is your quality though? You know what I'm saying? If teams if 2 regimes are overlooking you, then what exactly are your quality?
Well, the thing is what is his value to other teams? Do other teams see him as a starting right tackle? And if they do, then we may have value for him. Who's to say that Crosby didn't say, "Hey, you know what? I'd like to get out. I'd like to get traded to get an opportunity to start." Or it could have been, "I'm not coming back. This is my last year here, basically, and I'm going to test free agency and try to get a starting job." Yeah. But the Lions can't offer him that at this point.
Right.
So I think getting value for him now rather than a comp pick is a very smart idea for this front office, and they've not done dumb things. So I think it's a good idea, and I think that it came out of the blue a little bit, but the more and more I thought about it, the more it made sense.
Yeah, I've always just thought of him. I've never thought of him as a starter. This is my opinion. I've always kind of looked at him as a backup or the swing tackle. I've never viewed him as a starting caliber player. And I'm not saying that he's not a good player because he gives you good quality minutes. The one thing I really like about him is his presence in the locker room. He's very positive out there on the field. I mean, like I said, like you see him lifting players up after they, kick an extra point or something he's just that type of guy. He's infectious. I think I saw him pick up a popcorn vendor one time for serving some good popcorn one day. But I don't know. But he's that guy. He celebrates with his teammates, and he's just that kind of infectious guy. He celebrates. Everyone wins. You know what I'm saying? So when the team wins, he wins. So he's that type of guy. Right. So do you want to take that out of your locker room? I just like him as a backup anyway, though. I do. I like him as a backup because I can plug and play him, and there's not going to be a lot of drop off. He's not a guy who can play it sustained for a long period of time. But if I need him to fill in for a short period of time, I know I got a solid guy who can come in and contribute, and there's not a big drop off on the offensive line. So
do you want to lose that? Do you, now that you have basically you got two guys, or maybe three, with Matt Nelson, who can play two different positions on the offensive line, do you really want to lose that versatility? I mean,
well, you're gonna lose it anyway at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
it becomes a fact. If you think you're going to win this year, you keep them. If you don't think you've got much of a chance of winning a division or going to the playoffs and those type of things, I don't think it's a bad idea to seek out a trade see if you can get a 4th or 5th round out of him.
I get what you're saying. Because go ahead, Mike.
I mean, if we did trade him, I would say let's trade him before the trade deadline. And the season. Let's see how the season goes first. Because who knows? We all could be, me, you, and Kurt could be wrong, and the Lions could be in second place in the division, battling for, what I'm saying? So let's just wait and see.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But like you said Matt Nelson. Kurt said Matt Nelson might be that backup guy, and he's serviceable as well.
Or we could be wrong the other way, Mike. And
we certainly could.
We're all the other way. But the only thing about Matt Nelson is that he's a swing tackle. Crosby can get pushed inside. Matt Nelson doesn't have the bend to go inside. He's strictly a tackle.
Yeah, but we have some of these undrafted free agents that could probably stick around for that position as well.
Some more Bo Benswatts.
Yeah, maybe.
I always got to bring that.
But we'll see. All I'm saying is, and there might be somebody that gets cut that we could use as a backup, something like that. My thing is, I don't think we're going all in for this year. And I think we're looking at the future, and if we can get some more draft capital out of him, we could draft his replacement.
This is very true. You can get some capital, some assets out of him, and look at him as and that's the biggest thing about the NFL. A lot of guys are, some players, especially those mid-rounders, are chess pawns. You know what I'm saying? You can use them for roster spots and assets. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you forget about as a person, you know what I'm saying, and how they're affected. And he may be affected by the fact that they brought in those two guys who were starting caliber players when they brought him in, Penei Sewell and then Big V, who was a potential starter at right tackle. So it may be one of the things like, look, man, I can't get my shot. So
it does tell you what the Lions think of him.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, but they could be like, hey, I like where you are. I want you to be this guy because you have value at that position. I want you to stay here. It could be that, you know what I'm saying? But, he could be like, hey, man, let me get, I want to get some run. So, shoot me somewhere where I can get some starting playing time.
Because he did it, and I think he could do it for other teams.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do with him, if you're trying to get the highest pick possible, is trade him at the trade deadline. Wait until you got a guy who's injured, and a team that's looking for somebody who's going to probably go higher, 1 round higher in a pick, and probably secure that 4th round pick. When a lot of teams might have a 5th or 6th round value on them, it's a team who's like, man, we're 1 O-lineman away from dominating up front, and they might like, hey, we got to throw a 4th out there. So You just gotta. It's a wait and see approach. I think that's the best thing possible.
That makes sense. I don't know if another team wouldn't put that 4th or 5th value on him right now because he was drafted in the 5th round. If they see him as a starter, why not bring him into camp and have him as your starter going forward to start the season rather than the idiot that you have there now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm saying other teams, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I know that other teams have a lot worse of offensive lines than we do.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Chicago Bears. Anyway, all right, let's go into the news and rumors for today. The Detroit Lions news and rumors segment. Lions will stay in Allen Park for training camp. No joint practices. Anybody got anything on that? There's no joint practices this year, guys.
No joint practices. What Dan Campbell said, he kind of reached out kind of late. You kind of got to get your bid in when you were looking at for those joint practices. I think that system may be a little bit of a greenness on him. Being an interim coach, he didn't have that. What he had to do in the offseason. Someone got fired and he took over. Inside the season, so he didn't deal with that when he was at Miami. So, he just I think he just fumbled the ball on that one, not reaching out early because you got to do that like really early in the offseason. We're talking about as soon as the league year starts, you should be looking at potential partners for joint practices, and then it still may not be a lot. Still may not be safe. I wouldn't do that as well. I wouldn't want to bring players from the outside, from an outside team to come in and do joint practices. Still, COVID's not done. It's not 100% yet. We're not cleared enough yet. For me, my taste, I'm fine with them having joint practices.
What do you think, Mike?
I'm cool with it, man. If you listen to what Dan Campbell said about their competitiveness, I know we'll probably get into that probably later in the show or something like that, but when he talked about that, I had no quarrels with them not doing that because they got some constant practice. Believe me. And
I love
they
the
don't play, coaches don't make them play.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? But my take on this is he was so honest about it in the press conference. He just was like, "Yep, I dropped the ball on that one." I'm like, okay.
I didn't call. I called kind of late, so it's like
something Patricia would never say, but own up to anything that was his problem.
Don't get me started on that guy.
Yeah, out with the old, in with the new, and it smells like a breath of fresh air to me. Report the Lions to sign safety Alijah Holder and tight end Charlie, whatever the hell his last name is, after minicamp tryouts. Taumoepeau something, no idea.
Yeah,
no
Polynesian,
idea.
Another Polynesian.
Mopu.
Man, we have I would say this. You definitely have to have your phonetics up right when you come talk because you have
I'm not that guy.
You have a lot of Polynesian players and a lot of African players on this team, and your phonetics game got to be on point. You talk about the Detroit Lions, but I just think those two guys are Alijah Holder. He has a little bit of skin in the game. He's been on the roster before. So, I mean, you're looking at some depth guys in some positions where you kind of need some depth, especially going into training camp, make that fill out that 90-man roster. And there's some areas that, and with this regime, they're picking guys who, they look at their film, all the guys they're signing have a chance to make the team. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like if they go out there and compete, they have a chance. So, I wouldn't put it past either one of these guys if they can come out and outshine someone because it's going to be competitive. Like Mike said, that's what Dan Campbell has been preaching. He's going to be competitive. These guys, are going to be competing for a spot. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not on the active roster, on the practice squad. It's a compete 100%. So some of the guys that are on the roster that are returning veterans. Hey, you better show up and show out because if you don't, we're gonna chip your way on the way out. We'll holler at you.
Right.
What you got, Mike?
I think it's a good move. I think we're filling the roster up with B and C talent level players instead of getting a stack of A's, having to fall off, and then some C's and then some E's. I think we're just gonna have a steady flow of players, man, that want to compete. And it's good for initial season for a coach when you got a whole bunch of players, and they all want to compete for a starting job because they've never been that guy. So I think all those prove it deals, all those bringing guys in to compete, I think it's good, man. I'm not against it at all. I think the competition will be high in Detroit. I think it surprised some guys, for real.
I think we're trying to compete with Chicago and having like 9 tight ends show up to minicamp. But
man, we only got half. Then we got 9. they got about 20.
But Holder was playing with the ones, so you could see already that he was somebody. But I thought one thing was interesting that Dan Campbell brought up. He says, "I don't care if you got we gave you a contract for next year. That doesn't guarantee you a spot."
Right.
I loved that comment. He's like, "No, all these people are coming in to compete." So I like that a lot. I like a lot of things that they're doing. I think that I like Holder a little bit. I also Pickett got a pick and would have been a pick 6 for Pickett.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Good name. I don't know if we could say that. Name for a defensive back anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
You know
his nickname is just Pickett.
Yeah.
Pickett with the pick.
Yeah. There you go. That has a good ring to it. You know
QB throws the ball. What do? Pick it.
That's right. That's right.
Just seems like it fits. But no, he did. He had an interception that would have been returned for 6. So I like that idea too. He's already signed to a contract, so that's why you don't hear that news. But yeah, he performed well. So we're gonna get to the minicamp recap of everything that we know that the media has put out about the minicamp because we did not see it. But we're going to go first to the numbers. Some new numbers were revealed at minicamp for our new draft picks, and I like that. And also all of our undrafted free agents and the new players that have a potential that were invited to camp. So, Curt, I'm going to have you do this if you wouldn't mind.
No problem. All right, let's start off with defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike, number 75. Defensive tackle Alim McNeil, number 54. Ifeatu Malifonwu is number 26. Amara St. Brown, the wide receiver, number 14. Hey,
wait,
number 14. Wait. Hold on. He's sharing my number. I'm number 14 for the Lions.
Wait, he stole it from Curt. Does he have to pay you something for that?
Hey, I want that check, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're checking the mail, you know what I'm saying? All right, 55 for linebacker Derek Barnes. And to run out the draft class, we have Jamar Jefferson at number 28.
I got one more thing before we get into that. There's another number on here that was someone else's number. Mike Jones. That? What number were you?
Yeah, I was 75. Like Onwuzurike, I was the enforcer. So, and that suits him. That suits him.
It does suit him.
Definitely.
Sorry, Curt. I mean to cut I just want to get his 75 in there.
All right, so let's look at the guys who are the undrafted free agents. So we're looking at Rakeem Boyd at number 35, Derek Mills at number 36, Jonathan Adams, wide receiver, at 82, followed up by the other wide receiver, Javon McKinley, at 83. And the last undrafted free agent, wide receiver, Say Surratt, sporting the number 15, Golden Tate's old number. And then we look at our tight ends. Jake Hossman is wearing number 40. Brock Wright, I just like that name, Brock. You know what I'm saying? You know, he should be a lawyer or something. Brock Wright, you know, Esquire. All right, he's number 89. Drake Jackson, aka Bo Benz Wazo 2.0, is wearing number 60. Guard Tomer Kramer is wearing number 78. Oh man, we had another Tomer Kramer at one time. All right, then we have linebacker Devontae Beckett at number 59. Cornerback Jerry Jacobs at 39, the cornerback AJ Parker at 41, and then D'Angelo Amos was the last guy at 43. Now let's look at some of the players who were their first year in Detroit. So these are some of the guys that we just hadn't got numbers yet. Tight end Elise Mack at 84. Tight end Hunter Thedford at number 49. Guard Evan Heim at number 64. Edge rusher Robert McCray at number 52. And last but not least, the guy who probably has the least amount of chance to make this roster, long snapper Scott Daly at number 47.
Scott Daly news.
Yep, he's I don't know what he's I just don't. I've never they come in every year and they go out every year. The long snappers,
man.
they come in and try to compete with the mule, and he sends them packing every year.
This time, send the mules on the road for a sip of water or something, man. Because
that guy is that guy's the best in the league. He's the best long snapper in the league.
He is.
Yeah.
When have you seen him like fumble, you know what I'm saying, snap the ball too high, too low for an extra point, or, you know, what I mean, this float one. It's been his rookie season. I mean, it had to be like 85 or something like that when he was signed his first contract. So he had to be there when Barry was there. I know he was there doing that regime. So no, I'm just joking. But I haven't seen him.
Kurt, you said I haven't seen him. You talk about mojo, man.
Nah, man. The Lions were losing way before Don Muleback got there. They was losing way before he got to the team. You can't put that mojo on Don Muleback. He do nothing but do his job. You can't put that evil on him. You can't put that evil on him.
Put that evil on him.
Yeah, he's I just like this, you know, this group of guys, you know, looking at the reports, and we'll get into that right now, but I just like the way that that the regime ran this minicamp. So let's kind of just get into that. You know, Jim, what you got on the minicamp recap?
I got a lot. First of all, it was a breath of fresh air. You know, it was the media got to be in there. They got to see what was going on. But because of all the former players that we had on there, I mean, we're 3 deep at quarterback on the coaching staff.
Right. Yeah.
Antoine Randall slung it a little bit because we didn't invite any quarterbacks. So we didn't have any quarterbacks at this camp. Nope. And linebackers as well. We were a little thin. So Mark Brunell, he threw some around. But the main guy was the offensive quality control coach, Tanner Engstrom. He was the primary thrower of footballs this time. So that was interesting. It was also interesting that Barnes and a lot of these players got to play with Chris Spielman. That's amazing that Spielman actually lined up with them and the defensive coordinator as well lined up with them as well. And so it's like you see all of this stuff going on. And I think there was a lot of yelling and screaming and stuff, but it wasn't Matt Patricia. It wasn't putting everybody down. It was kind of like, you know, lifting everybody up. And I think that's such a different, like the dark cloud is left. You know, and this coaching staff is hands-on with these guys, and the offensive linemen actually know how to, you know, offensive line coach knows how to play offensive line. All of these people got in there and they were participating, not just coaching, but participating.
Yeah.
And I thought it was amazing. Kurt, what you got? I didn't want to take everything.
No,
so
you good. Because Dan Campbell, from what he said, and I like the approach to it, because what he said was that we just ran some individual drills. We already know it was no contact. We didn't push a lot of players that hard. We wanted them to compete and have some fun, do a lot of individual drills, you know, some special teams. But some of these guys haven't been on the field in 2 years. Because think about guys who opted out or got hurt or just haven't played. He's like, I don't want to push them too hard just because of the fact that they're just coming in. And that's something that you wouldn't have seen with the last regime. They would have pushed them out there, and then you end up with all these soft tissue injuries. You know, so they just kind of had some fun with those guys out there and competed. And one thing about what Dan Campbell about the coaching staff, he was like, I got guys who are already cleaning up stuff. You know, I go in there to, you know, kind of coach. And then the guys that are already there at their position are already cleaning it up. So I'm just kind of sitting back where I go to say something, you know, he went to go say something to a player about something they did wrong. And the coach is already there, you know, coaching that position up and coaching that player up. So, you know, that's a very good thing. And, you know, and a name that I saw come up plenty of times was AP, RB Pleasant. You know, his name was, that guy can coach. That guy can coach. And the things that he looked at and talked to Iffy about was noted very well throughout the media coverage and throughout the press conferences as well.
What do you got, Mike?
I think just to kind of go off of what Kurt said, I think that will be one of the biggest things that will be a difference in Detroit is coaches tell you to do something, and then they have to come back. Then after you do it and you kind of mess up, they have to come back and tell you, okay, do this like this, and then you'll have a better shot. Well, they're gonna tell you that off rip, right? They're gonna tell you, okay, when you line up as a receiver, okay, you got to stand like this. But make this jab move, and then you'll lose him, and you can bust that slant inside. Instead of saying, okay, run the slant inside, you know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you the little pieces that help the key to winning that right out the gate. They're just going to tell you that, and I think that's going to be so helpful, especially for B and C caliber, type players that have those little advantages, a little player technique advantages. It's going to raise the level of play, and man, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see it, man.
I like that they put a little fun into it too.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
it felt good.
Right,
yeah,
right.
And, and to what you said, Mike, not only can they tell you, but you have ex-players that can show you. They can do it. They actually can show, they can line up on the field and show you that little shimmy shake. You just have all these reports that are coming out. I mean, like, I think some of the things that were biggest comments that were, Amara St. Brown, they say that guy is fluid. That guy can run all the routes in the route tree. He's a technician on the field. And I like what he said in his rookie press conference. He says, I'm here to work hard and take someone's job. So I'm like, yep, that's what I'm talking about. And he kind of had that Draymond Green mentality where he has that chip on his shoulder. He said he knows all 15 names of the wide receivers that were drafted before him. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. So that guy, he's coming to take some names in the NFL. So he's a serious competitor. Like, and we've heard, if you haven't heard that story, he's the youngest of the St. Brown brothers, but he's supposed to be the best one. I mean, I think we just got, a proven player right there. He's going to come in and compete no matter what. To watch this kid come in the league, he's going to take the NFC North by storm.
Shout out to Eric Schlitt for the article that he wrote, that a lot of this is being taken from Pride of Detroit now. Eric Schlitt, friend of the show. He talks about some of the different players and what they saw, some observations that the guys saw when they were there. They said Jamar Jefferson looks quicker than expected. Rakeem Boyd was not practicing, so there might be an injury or something going on there. You touched on Tom Kennedy's quickness. It might keep him in the mix longer than we think. Maybe Jonathan Adams caught a touchdown. Javon McKinley ended the day with a touchdown of his own. Barnes, the linebacker that we selected, now wearing 55, by the way, was fluid in his movements and saw action at all 4 linebacker spots. So they shifted him around the edge. They shifted him inside, and they just wanted to see what they could get out of that.
Yeah.
Anthony Pittman, like Barnes, found himself a lot of opportunities in this scheme and could be in a better spot to stick than previously thought. That's Anthony Pittman.
Yeah, Anthony Pittman, the Wayne State guy. You know what I'm saying? That's the Wayne State guy down the street.
Yeah, down the road.
Get that Joyke Bell, you know what I'm saying? Get that Joyke Bell treatment, you know what I'm saying? Come in and be the local guy.
We've seen this before too, or we said this before on the show. You don't see many corners the size of Melanfamu that can move like him.
Yes.
And that's why he has so much upside and might have been picked higher. We talked about the rest of this too. Holder was running with the starters, and Nick Pickett had an interception. I love the name Pickett. I just, for some reason, hope this guy makes the team.
I like the press conferences. That was my takeaway on Sunday afternoon, watching those guys, and they were just loose. You know what I'm saying? They were, you see Anzarike sticking his head in the McNeil's press conference, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way they get along, they were, they just kind of like, they already had a kind of a kinship, because they never met before. They didn't play in the same conference. So, they've never really been around each other. And, it was one of those things to see them, and I think, once we can get them on the field together at some point, man, that could be a dominant duo right there on the field. You just look at the way that they, conducted themselves, very professional, and then the things they said, about being competitive and being fun, and that's just something that you want, to see in your regime as a coach. You don't want to see players all disgruntled in their, press conference and they coming out. It's their first time experiencing the NFL, and you want to see them, be competitive but have some fun as well. Yeah. And that's just something that we haven't had in Detroit in a long time, is players having fun.
I love it.
I agree 100%, man. We got to have a family fun environment to introduce the rookies to the NFL. You know, not blowing the whistle, line up, stand straight, put your chest out, arch your, put your shoulders back, like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Patricia was, man. I think having that family, that friendly environment, that, you know what I'm saying, to introduce the rookies and some of the guys trying to make the team, the free agents, rookie signings, and all that, that's important, man. Building that bond and having these guys laughing and talking with one another and laughing and talking with the coaches, that's important, man. People really underestimate that bond, man. That's really important.
Definitely.
It's very important. And, you know, it's just not a lot to say about there's a lot to say, about the differences between Matt Patricia and this new regime. And I know we say it all the time, but there's a huge breath of fresh air for some of these guys. And for some of you out there that are sipping the Kool-Aid, say, you know, we might make the playoffs because of the coaching staff and the new regime. I don't think so, but man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of positive signs here. Just a ton of positivity.
And then the fact that they didn't bring a quarterback in, and the explanation of that is like, he's not going to be here anyway. So why would we waste a roster spot on someone who's not going to be? And that's not smart enough to waste a roster spot on a guy who's not going to be here, you know what I'm saying, to compete. So instead of doing that, we got plenty of able-bodied coaches to go out there and throw the ball.
3 deep.
Yeah, we got Mark Brunell. Didn't he make a Pro Bowl?
Antoine Randall used to sling it in Indiana.
Man, there's a video of a pass that he threw on the sidelines, and that Mark Brunell threw, and he dropped a dime. I was like, okay, Mark Brunell still got some life in it. So
in a pinch, we can sign any one of those guys to go out there.
That's what Dan Campbell said. We brought in all these ex-players in, just in case somebody get hurt or COVID strikes, we could just plug and play.
Right, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to the Wall of Fame and let's see who you got.
Okay, we got some new members. We got a couple new members on the Wall of Fame, so let's check it out. All right, so we got Detroit Drew in the bronze member, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, Detroit Lions Talk with Mike. What up, Mike? Zub C Trap City Boys Entertainment, Art Allen, Big Bo Caracas is on the line. I think I said that name. Caracas.
I think it's a Gagrius or something. I think those are G's.
Okay, I think it was a G's. Okay, it is Gagrius. All right, so we have Crystal Wiley, Steve Castillo, Batman of the 313, John Martin, and the Latino Lion. Round out our bronze members. Silver members, we have Nomis J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold, baby, and go Lions. All right, for our gold members, we have Bob Corso, North End Ken, Just in the D, Miles Gibbs, Larry McQuiston, Randall Flag 606, Randall Prince, the Gridiron Blitz, and the Doctor. Dr. Detroit is
always in.
For information about becoming a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button at the bottom of the screen or in the description, and you will get the information on how to become a member of the Wall of Fame and all the benefits that come along with that membership to the channel.
All right. Today we don't have Detroit Lions trivia. Tomorrow we will start up with that again, but we do have comment cards. So let's find out what you had to say. Moose is I don't know. Moosey the Staggy, I guess it is. And when it's all together, it's hard.
That's it. Moosey the Staggy.
That's what I say.
All right. 4 wins is my prediction. Ooh. If we get a couple more than that, I will be disappointed, to be honest. I want a top 5 pick in next year's draft. That will make it far easier to grab a stud game changer for us. Remember, this is a rebuild, and we're in the first mile of this marathon. I agree with that, but I think we're going to end up winning 5 to 7 games this year. So I don't want to rain on your parade, but
right.
Okay. All right. Rustin Rewa says, okay, everybody, I have the hot take. Oh, man. Here comes the hot take.
Here we go.
3 years ago, the Lions had a new head coach. They took an offensive lineman in the first round. A lot of people thought would go to the Bengals. Same old Lions? Just kidding. Okay.
Wow.
You know what, though? It's, hey, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Because they did think Taylor Decker was going to go to the go to the Bengals because Ohio State guy. So
please don't put that mojo on us. Todd Hill. I'm glad I got a normal name. Todd Hill, he says, another great show, Curt, Jim, and Coach. I'm going to get ripped apart for this, but I said the Lions record will be 10-7 in a wild card. Wow. He optimistic, ain't he?
That Kool-Aid cup is big, baby.
It's flowing, hopium. Yeah.
Yeah. The running game will be strong and Swift will gain 1,000 yards plus. Offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn should have never been let go from the Chargers, and that's our gain, and I think we will have this offense going good. Also, the defense will be improved, and most importantly, the team will have a lot of heart. There is a surprise team every year, and this year will be Detroit.
And every year we think we're going to be a surprise team, and every year we get disappointed. So I'm just, just the counter argument there.
Yeah.
Todd Hill, if you think you get man, Shawnee J and I go over and check out the Die Hard Dead podcast. Shawnee J had us at 12-5. At 12-5. So you think you're drinking the Kool-Aid? And he gave some wild takes on why the Lions are going to win some of these games.
Wow.
I was like, wow. But hey, you think what you think, baby. I mean, drink your Kool-Aid. I'm at 7. I'm at 7 wins myself, between 5 and 7. So I'm at right at 7-10. So you never know, but and it's way too early. I mean, the final rosters haven't even been set yet in the NFL, so you never know who's gonna go where. So, but thanks.
The Kazoo man. No, it's Kazoo man.
Yeah, you're making that brother
mad.
Lions fan equals Lion fan from Kalamazoo. If I was Kazoo on the Flintstones, the Lions would win every game and win the Super Bowl since 1968. If those who don't know, Kazoo was a little character that, like kind of did magic and stuff. I think he was from like a Martian.
He was an alien.
An alien. Yeah. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah.
He time traveled because he was on the Flintstones and he was on the Jetsons.
Yes.
So, that shows my little age on me, you know what I'm saying? But Flintstones is always good for me because I'm from Flint, so that's how we roll in Bedrock, baby. But Kazoo, man, that's what's up, man. I get you. I was just messing with you, man.
We're just having fun.
Just having a little fun. All right, sports gamer. Week 2, the refs will win, and Dan Campbell will get a fine.
Ooh, Nostradamus. He's not far off.
I have nothing there. Where's the lie in your statement?
There isn't one.
Yeah.
There isn't a lie in that statement right there, brother.
Yeah, I think he just might. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Ronin 99 says with this staff stones, which you're talking about the Honus, coach them up to get to 10-7. I swear somebody else said that earlier in the comment.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Up to get 10-7. Rotational, better attacking D.
Rationale.
D. Rationale equals better attacking D. Running game, golf plays within himself. Solid staff makes a difference. We are a mystery team. Why not worst to first? There's one every year.
And it's usually not us.
Yeah, that's true. I hate when people start like I mean, not that I hate, but I just get mad when people start typing and like emojis and like in new school, you know what I'm saying? Like talk, it'd be like attacking D, rotational equals better, golf plays with W/N himself. Yeah. No, shout out to the Ronin 99. I know he always in the building, man. But yeah, I think it's a possibility. It is definitely a possibility. I don't mark anything out, especially when we got player coaches. I'm telling you, that's the new wave. It's the new wave that I think the trend that Detroit Lions will start is with player coaches, and I think they will. What's up, Curt?
No, I mean that motto was down there in Tampa. Look at how Tampa is organized. Their coaching staff's a bunch of former NFL players. So I just think that motto down there in Tampa, I think that's one thing that the Lions are, that's a take on that, you know what I'm saying? So I like that, you know what I'm saying? So I like what you're saying. Go ahead and finish up because The Tampa, think about it. They all their, major coordinate. Everybody's a former player down there in Tampa. So, except for the ladies on the staff, and they just have a very good, diverse staff. And I think the same thing is happening in Detroit.
Yeah, it is. It is. What you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think that I love our Kool-Aid drinking people out there, but being the realist on the show, no.
Oh, sorry. I'm still at 7 wins, brother. With all that being said, I'm still about 7.
Because it's like every year, why can't we be the team? Why can't we be the team? Because we still suck. That's probably why. But I mean, it's like we're getting better, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that we're, it's a process and it's going to take some time. And I do believe that. There are worst to first every year. Is it out of the realm of possibility? No, but we could get hit with an asteroid tomorrow too. There's the same % chance that it's going to happen. I'm just kidding. All right, question of the day today. What do you think of the Tyrell Crosby situation? Do you think that we should trade him now? Do you think we should wait, like Coach Mike suggested, till the trade deadline? Or do you think it's better to get as much value as you can, now and see what you can do with all the cuts in training camp? So give me your opinion on the situation, and we'll answer those comments in the comments below today. So now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man Curt.
All right. So first of all, we're going to start off with a positive note. Taumoepeau Flowers was born yesterday into the world. If you don't know who that is the new daughter of Trey Flowers, the defensive end for the Detroit Lions. So congratulations to Trey Flower and his lady for with the birth of their new daughter. Now, on a more serious note, all right. So, to the old gentleman who had something to say on my promo video on Facebook, I see your covert racism in your statement. I see it because you have to look at my age. I look at your age, and I read the statement. And at first, I was like, yeah, you're just hating. But I looked at the statement, and I look at your age, and I look at my age. Your racism is showing. I'm not gonna say your name because it's not worth saying your name, but I am who I am because I am who I am. My parents raised me to be who I am, and I've been doing this for a little bit while now. I went to school for it, and I'm just going to be who I am. Be it promo videos or how I am on the show, I'm going to be myself because Curt Steele is Curt Steele, And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch any of our promo videos. You don't have to watch our show. You can keep your comments to yourself. Your covert racism is not welcomed here. It's just not. And if you want to understand what I'm saying, because you're looking at the guy, he's probably about 60 years old, right? So he used the word jive. Jive is from the 70s. And someone using something that saying the word jive, especially when you're talking to someone who's an African-American descent, they're trying to say that that's the quote of the old school of you're acting black. Your covert racism is not welcome here. We really was overt. But for someone who doesn't know, because the new generation doesn't really know what that word means, you can try to cover it up, saying, oh, and then try to come back and try to tell me on another comment, on another video, oh, now you sound more professional. You can kick rocks, brother. How about that?
Amen to that.
You can keep your racist comments to yourself. How about that?
How about that?
Keep it moving. So that's my dessert for today. Sometimes we got to get a little serious on the dessert, but going back to the positive, congratulations to Trey Flowers and his lady for bringing a new baby into the world. Having kids is a wonderful thing, and bringing new life into the world is something that is a joy to behold. I have 2 kids myself and then 2 grandkids. So, hey, Mike Jones got 4. I know, and Father's Day is coming up here is around the corner. So, and ladies, that's a meal. You know, we take out to the restaurants or whatever, you know what I'm saying? For Mother's Day, or we do whatever for Mother's Day, cook us a meal. Because don't buy us steaks and expect us to grill it. It's our day. Let us let us relax on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? We get one day a year, you know what I'm saying, to you know,
it's coming.
It's coming. I mean, like, but you know, and to the mothers, we should be pampering you guys on Mother's Day. So pamper us a little bit on Father's Day.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's all. That's all. But that's my dessert for today.
All right. So my final thoughts of this, I think that as much as I want to sip the Kool-Aid or maybe get a little opium in the system, it's hard for me to do because change is difficult. I don't think people realize how much change that has gone on in this organization. So it's like we have new coaches. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm not saying any of this stuff is bad, but you have new coaches, new systems, new things to learn. So, and we have a lot of rookies, and we have a lot of people that, you know, we have a lot of turnover. We have a lot of new players. It's going to take some time for them to get acclimated. Thank goodness we're going to have a 3-game preseason. Cross your fingers, hope to God. But yeah, if we have that 3-game preseason, it might help us a lot going forward. But I don't see us gelling until at least the 3rd, 4th game, maybe the 5th game. You know, it's going to take a minute. Okay. So guys, you know, I hate to be the realist in the room here, but right. hold off on that Kool-Aid. But like I said, don't put the jug away too quick, because I think that we're going to make some strides this year. And I think next year we will be a playoff team. I think it's going to be next year we're a playoff team. I think in 2023 we actually will contend for something a little bit better, you know. Right. Do we have a chance to win the division? No, probably not. No, I don't even without Rodgers, I still see Minnesota winning the division, but you know, and I don't mean this to be a negative thing. Just wanted to let you know where I stand, and you guys can criticize me all you want. Go right ahead.
All right. Just one quick second, just to piggyback off of what Curt said. Saturday, I made ribeyes and shrimp scampi at home. So, you know what I'm saying? Just you know, just let you know, women, you can cook that meal. But on another note, there's something that I learned from the Lions, the coaches this weekend, from watching the interviews, and something I'm going to take into my first year of coaching, being a player coach, much like the Detroit Lions coaches, and that's making it fun, making a family, fun, friendly environment. Because that makes guys want to work harder. You don't have to call it work. You don't have to make it seem exhausting. You don't have to make it seem like it's going to be a struggle. You can make it fun. You can make conditioning things that you do fun, competitive, and still get that same workout and still get that same push. So what I've learned this weekend from the interviews, from all the players and all the coaches is, you know what? Make it fun, man. I think we missed that in football because of the money and the TV and all the board members and all the coaches and all the directors and all that. Just make football fun again, and players will work just because they're having fun. And that's the biggest thing I've learned from this weekend. So Coach Jones is gonna make it fun, baby. Believe it.
Yeah. All right, so my final thoughts are, you know, I like the way the new regime is headed. They're being smart, and they're, like Coach Jones said, they're bringing fun back into the building. We haven't had that in Detroit in a very long time. And you look at the regime, you know, they're on the right trajectory. So I like the way that they're headed. And I have to agree with the Jim. You know, it's going to be, you know, a little while. You know, I'm not expecting, you know, greatness right off the rip. I'm just being, you know, tempering my expectations just because of the fact that, you know, I don't know if my heart can handle it, you know, putting all that stuff out there. But I'm just gotta be real too. Just look at, you know, we have some things to build in Detroit still. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and to get it right, you know, you have to take your time and get it done the right way. But I think we're heading in that right direction. And shout out to Sheila. I know we look at some of our coaching staff, and shout out to Sheila for being really the architect of this. She had the plan, you know, like some fans said that November 28th what should be Sheila for a Hemp Day, because that's the day she fired Matt Patricia, and then because that's the day she had enough. So so that's my Sheila for a Hemp Day is going to be November 28th. We'll celebrate. What I'm saying, with a little drink or something, some brown liquor or something, But hey, well, I like the direction, and Sheila for Hemp. Thank you for stepping in and taking over and changing the trajectory of this team. And you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. As always, subscribe to the channel. Join the family, because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And if you're going to buy some Lions gear, click the link down below and go to Finex. That's where I got this fresh lid from right here. And a portion of the sales from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. You can go over to check us out on bellyupsports.com. They just redid their website. You can go over and watch this episode and many other episodes right there on bellyupsports.com. And a ton of other podcasts are over there on their platforms. And with some great writers that have some ton of articles, whatever sport you want is over there on bellyupsports.com. It's Monday. We're starting the week off right. Got to grind it out. Monday, fun day. But, go into Monday with a smile on your face, grind it out, and, just do a great job. Work hard, play hard, and when you get off, spend the time with your family members, those who you love around you. Just show them all the love that they need, because time is not going to stop for no one. So you got to show the people on earth that you love them while you got them there. So what's the adage? Bring me my flowers while I'm still alive. So there you go. All right. So with all that being said, you know what you got to do, baby. As you go about your day, you got to boss up, all out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, Mike and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.